There's always something to do here, and you get to enjoy the Florida outdoor area all the time. I love it. Today I'm going to take you on a tour of the newest townhome area. See this townhomes right behind me? In the Mirada subdivision. They're built by Ryan Homes, and I'm going to go in them with you today for the first time. They just opened these models. I have not even seen it yet. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to turn this camera around. Okay, so now I've got the camera turned around here. You can see the lagoon is right across the street from the model. I'm going to turn it around here so you can see. So these townhomes are not right along the shore of the lagoon, but I want to show you the proximity to the lagoon. Okay, so this is in a gated section, and you would just go out the street right here, make a little turn, and you're right at the lagoon. That's how close you are to the lagoon. So first of all, I want to point that out. This townhome here and over here on the other side of that dumpster, sorry for the bad view in the porta potty, but it is a construction site. Those are built by DRB Homes. I do have a video about those, and I will pop that up at the top of this video so that you can link to that and see about a tour on those. But today we are looking at these townhomes right here. These are built by Ryan Homes. These are just under 1,700 square feet of living area. They're all the same floor plan. The only difference is whether or not you have an N unit or not. Everybody has a one-car garage, and we're going to go inside of this townhome together. I have not been inside the townhome, so I don't know. So you're going to get my honest reaction to the townhomes. I'm going to talk to you about price, HOA fees, all of that. So that's all while we're walking around here. All right, so one last little twirl. All right, now see, you can see the pavers on the driveway. That comes with your townhome, as well as the pavers on the walkway. You have a nice little covered patio here, and now we're just going to walk in.
Front door open.
Okay, so this is a model center. So there is a model office here. So the garage right now, see, everybody can wave. It's okay. We're not going to pretend like you're not sitting here. They're working here, and they're letting me come through and do this video for you. But that's where the garage would be. And right here, right off of the front door in the foyer, you're going to have your powder room. All right, we're going to do the downstairs first. I just love these model homes. They always decorate them so nice. So there's going to be 140 units in this community, this portion of Mirada. And like I said, it's just under 1,700 square feet of living area. There are a couple of design packages that you can choose from. If you're not grabbing one of the quick move-in homes, you can pick out the lot, what kind of countertops you have, the backsplash. They have packages, so you pick out the packages. The pricing starts around $275 and goes to about $310, depending on what design package you choose and which unit you choose. The N units cost a little bit more because they have a little bit more privacy, and they have the exterior windows. Give a little bit more light in those units. Okay, so we do have a little patio out here. It's not covered. I wonder if we can get a screened area. I'll have to ask them, because that would be ideal. If you could screen this in, that would be ideal. Of course, that would not come with your basic package. You'd have to do that after closing, but that would certainly add some value. But it looks like they put up this little fencing right here, so you have some privacy between you and your neighbor. So if you're not familiar with the Mirada subdivision, it's home to the 15-acre Crystal Lagoon. That is basically a giant swimming pool. I know the developer hates to hear that, but that's basically what it is. And you can kayak on it. You can do paddleboard. They have events at on the lawn all the time. There's always something to do within the lagoon area, and you can just literally pop on a golf cart because it's golf cart friendly. Pop on a golf cart, you can get on your electronic bike, you can get on a bike, you can walk, whatever it is, you can drive over there. This is actually a pretty big pantry for a compact area. So if you decide to build, it takes about 4 months from contract to closing. And obviously this community has HOA fees and CDD fees. The HOA fee, by the way, is going to be, let me just consult my notes here. It's $347 a month, but hang on for a second. Let me tell you what that includes. That includes your cable, your, oh shoot, does it include internet? Yes, it does. So it includes your cable, your internet, the grounds maintenance. It includes your access to the lagoon and for the people who live in your household, plus some guest passes. That includes painting the exterior every 7 years, though they will also come and pressure wash it. Every 20 years, they'll replace the roof if you were to be here 20 years, but they will do that at 20 years. So you get a lot of value in that HOA fee. Okay, so you have a nice walk-in shower with a bench. Look at that. I always like to point that out because it's so important when you're trying to shave your legs if you don't have a bench to put your foot on, I swear. I love that that's there. This is a water closet. So they would have a door here, but because this is a model home and they don't want people using this facility right here, they have it without the door. Again, same with the closet and the bathroom. They just keep the doors off for safety as well. Did I give you a full tour of this closet? It's a pretty, I mean, it's a good sized closet. Now you're going to have your laundry area over here. The Mirada community also has dog parks, playgrounds, walking trails. If you're a runner, you're a biker, you can use those trails. And I did mention that this section is gated. Oh my goodness. If you're lucky, look here. Some people might be able to get a peekaboo view of the lagoon, but probably another one of those buildings is going to be in front, but you might be able to get a peekaboo view depending on where you're located within this section. It's pretty, right? All right, let's check out this closet right here. It's just a standard closet. Mirada is located in San Antonio, Florida. That's right, I said San Antonio, Florida. It's a great location, actually. It's just about a mile to the east of I-75. There's plenty of shopping close by. There's the market at Mirada, which has your Publix pharmacy and package store. There's a couple of restaurants there as well. There's a nail salon. There are things that you need on a day-to-day basis that are literally right around the corner. They're going to be building a hospital right in front of that market at Mirada, so if that's of concern to you. I do like that there's double sinks here. Look at that. So you've got 3 bedrooms, 2.5 baths. This is going to be where your air handler is located. Okay, well, they really get every inch of space used out of this just under 1,700 square feet. I have to tell you that. For me, the one-car garage, I prefer a two-car garage, but I also don't park in my garage. So that's really a personal preference. You know, budget is a concern for a lot of people. So a one-car garage is what they have. That's what they offer. Price points are pretty good, $275 to $310, depending on where you land in the community and what design package you pick. The CDD fee here is $145 a month. You do pay that annually on your property tax bill. You get your dishwasher, range, and microwave, but I didn't see anything about the refrigerator or the washer and dryer. Now, you know, the community wants to get people in here, so it's a possibility that that's something that you can try to negotiate, and that's where I help come in. They're going to be offering specials. They want people to sign and buy here. And so if you are thinking about moving to the area and this is within your budget, let's get together. Let's talk about what we can do to get you the best price, the best lot, and the best package, including pricing, interest rate, and you know, a couple of options thrown in. That would be really nice, right? I just finished giving you a tour of the townhome, but I wanted to show you how close you are to your access to the lagoon. Of course, you can't jump a fence and jump into the lagoon, but I'm gonna flip my camera around and it's very safe. I am gonna drive, but we're not even gonna go out on a main road. I'm gonna flip the camera around. Okay, so my camera is mounted to my windshield. It's very safe, so don't worry. My hands are on the wheel, and we're not even going to go on a main road. So I'm pulling out of the little townhome parking lot, and this is how quick you're going to be able to get to the lagoon. You're going to go through the little gate here. Of course, these will you know, when they're done building and everything, these will all be closed and secure. You're going to come to the stop sign right here. If I were to make a right, that would take me out to the main Mirada Boulevard. But I'm going to go straight through this little parking lot right here. There's a sidewalk the entire way. Excuse me. And, you know, we are at the beginning of February, and while it's in the 70s today, it's not busy because the water is cold, and people, when they woke up this morning, it was in the 30s, and so now it is, you know, in the 70s. People don't know what to do with themselves. There's a few people, it looks like, at the lagoon, but it would be crowded normally, especially on the weekends. The entrance is right here. Look, that is so close. I don't even think that was a 1-minute drive. So this is the entrance of the lagoon right here. You see? It's right here. I'm gonna stop the car. I'm not parking. It says no parking, but I'm going to test my chances here. So that is how quick of a drive you are from the townhome to the lagoon. So I think that is a perfect location. So if you work from home and then you like to do a little activity, you want to go paddleboarding, boarding, kayaking, but you want inland coastal living instead of living on the beach and being worried about flooding, tidal surge, that kind of stuff, this is a great alternative. There's always something to do here, and you get to enjoy the Florida outdoor area all the time. I love it. My name's Allison Newland. I'm the broker owner of Platinum Properties of Florida, right here in San Antonio, Florida. I'm here to help you. Let me talk to you soon.